Hello, my name is Kurt. You might know me as Spooky or Absolutely Spooky. So something I do that you might not know is I actually am tech staff on a Eastern Seaboard anime convention circuit. Basically, over the course of a year, I work 5 to 6, sometimes 7 different anime or basically nerd conventions on the eastern side of the United States of America. Recently, I got done doing one of them. It was Banzaicon. While I was there, I took some recordings because a while back I did one at Triad, and I did a video kind of like this. I'm a retarded person. I just did it again. So essentially what I'm going to be doing here is basically just showing some clips of how it went and giving some general commentary on what I did. First things first, here's some Snapchats I took.
Usually you guys do regular tape that too. This one is focused in on video games.
They're so loud! No, it's fine! You can shove a 13-inch and a 20-inch! I'm sure it works! They're not very cool, and I kind of hate Snapchat, and the UI of Snapchat is cancer toxic butt fart turd AIDS. But yeah. Alright, now that we've gotten those horrible snaps out of the way, here's some actual videos. There's not a lot of effort put into them, and they were taken with this phone, actually, which is vibrating right now. Not sure why, but that seems like a later kind of issue. So basically the trip started out and we just kind of drove through some rain. Pretty freaking rainy. Ended up at a truck stop, sat there for a while, and then we were back on the road after eating some Popeyes. Didn't really do anything else that day. We got to a hotel and then slept because we got there at like 1 in the morning. But the next day we did some setup.
And then...
Are you recording me?
We prepared some of the archways, added some lights, just to test that out and see if it looked okay. I think we're gonna better that in the future. This was just like a beta. We finished the archways, then had our arcade people come in and bring the systems, plug them in, blah blah blah, do what they do best. After that, I helped setting up Events Room 1, which was basically just a massive stage with a massive lighting display and a massive audio setup. It's where the big stuff was held, which it was a fairly small con, so there wasn't really any big stuff necessarily, but the bigger stuff was held there. After we did setup, I did some walking around. Found this ramen place, and I got myself some goddamn ramen, because oh my god, look how good that looks, and also look at that weird looking spiral fish egg thing. What is that? I don't know, it tasted good. Walked back to the con, and didn't really get any clips of any actual panels, because I mean, what am I supposed to record in the panel? It's people talking about stuff, you know? But here's the game room, and look at this guy hit this dab. Damn, dude. Later that night, we actually had a rock band that we invite to pretty much every single con, and they always accept. It's Kaza. And if you haven't heard or seen Kaza, then absolutely do it. I cannot sell them enough. And here's Cogly. He's the guy that basically brings all the audio setup and the stage setup and does like the main stuff. He's very technology. The issue here is you can't really see him that well because of how dark it is, but what if I just freeze frame and then turn the brightness? No, that doesn't work. Nothing really else worth recording happened that night, so I walked back to my hotel. Here it is. It definitely looks like it is haunted, or at the very least someone is getting murdered there. Like in this shot, someone's getting murdered. Like, this is probably going to end up being police evidence in some case. Look at this building. Nothing really important or heavy was happening that day, so I played some games because there was a game room, a manga library, it was like a whole shebang. Played King of Tokyo, I believe this was. Never played it before. I got to be a pumpkin guy, so that's pretty radical. Here's Events Room 1, Cogly had to leave for a second, so I got to man the big boy toys. We have a glow stick rave at every single con. Here it is starting up, and here it is going in full swing. The music that you're hearing is not the music that was being played because the speaker on my phone is not good. So I put my own music in. It's not music that I made, but it's music that I chose for the purpose of aesthetic pleasure. Because it sounded like this. And I didn't like that. This is something else that we do. It's called the Otaku Flea Market. Essentially what it is, it's a bunch of people that just bring the garbage out of their closet and then try to sell it to make a little bit of spare cash. It usually goes pretty well, and some of the people actually have some really interesting things, because a lot of the people that sell the stuff that they find in their closet, the stuff they find in their closet is like legit. Like if I looked in my closet, I would probably find like a dead kid and also like Hennessy, and that's it. But some of these people go in their closet and pull out like the Game Boy version of Resident Evil that was never released, right? And they just like have that for like $5. Alright. I really just emerged from the shadows like a demon, didn't I? That was fucking scary. Alright, some things I got. T-shirt. It's my staff shirt. I get one at every con. You can buy your own shirt. Can't get the staff shirt, but you can get one with the same design. Each con has different designs. Something I was placing around while I was down there was I ordered these. Wow, that is not even a little bit in the light. These. That's overblown. These. There you go. Zoom in on that. I just was placing them around at cookouts and in people's cars, which I'm fairly certain is against the law, but their windows were down. So I would just kind of like, you know? Alright, well, I'm done talking. Until the next video, until I'm live again, you come hang out and say, hey, what's up? Until next, whatever, until then, fair, be well. And a lot of people that go to the water park are like cosplaying characters in bikinis, which is like A+. I'm probably gonna cut that out. That sounded creepy.